Let me guess, you're bored of your kitchen. It's not terrible, it's not falling apart, but it's fine. And fine isn't the look you want to wake up to every morning. Now here's the good news. You don't have to gut the place. You don't have to spend 20 grand on custom cabinetry or rip up the floors. Sometimes all you need is paint. 2 colors. That's it. Two-tone cabinets are one of those design tricks that work in almost every style of kitchen. Farmhouse, modern, minimal, eclectic, you name it. Done right, they can make your ceilings feel taller, your space brighter, and your kitchen more inviting than you thought possible. But not every color pairing works. Some make the room feel chopped in half. Some look amazing in Pinterest photos but feel flat in real life. So I'm walking you through 10 absolutely gorgeous, designer-approved two-tone cabinet color combinations. I'm giving you exact hex codes so you can skip the guessing game, and I'm going to tell you exactly how each one feels, when to use it, what it works with, and how to make it look like you hired a professional. Let's start with the classic, the one that never lets you down. This is elegance in its most balanced form. The charcoal on the bottom anchors the entire kitchen. It gives you that deep architectural foundation that instantly feels high-end. Then the crisp white uppers lift the whole room, making it feel brighter and taller. The contrast is sharp, but it's not harsh. It's clean. And the trick is to keep that white truly white. Not cream, not ivory. A cool, clear white that feels fresh. If you let it slide warm, the look shifts from modern to farmhouse, which might be your style, but it's not this style. Picture it with warm undercabinet lighting. At night, the white glows softly. The charcoal sinks into shadow, and the whole kitchen feels like a boutique hotel bar. This pairing works with so many countertops, marble with gray veining, white quartz, even butcher block if you want to add warmth. For hardware, matte black keeps it sleek, while brushed nickel makes it a touch softer. It's a safe choice in the best possible way. You can change out decor, lighting, or even the backsplash over the years, and it'll still look just as good. Navy is serious, confident. It's the color equivalent of a perfectly tailored blazer. Put it on your lower cabinets, and you get this richness that feels intentional, even if the cabinets themselves are standard boxes. Now add warm oak on top, and suddenly the mood shifts. The oak brings in natural texture and a golden warmth that makes the whole kitchen more inviting. The two play off each other like rhythm and melody. The navy's depth is balanced by the oak's openness. This pairing really shines in kitchens with natural light. In the morning, the oak catches the sun and seems to glow, while the navy stays cool and grounded. At night, under soft lighting, the combination feels cozy and intimate. Keep the oak's tone golden, not red. Red undertones will fight the navy. And for counters, think white quartz or marble. The brightness will break up the depth of the navy and keep the whole palette balanced. The result is a kitchen that feels timeless. Not trendy, not old-fashioned, just right. This one's for the calm souls. Sage green has this grounded, herbal quality. It's fresh without being loud. On lower cabinets, it instantly connects your kitchen to the outdoors, even if your garden view is just the neighbor's fence. Pair it with creamy beige uppers, and you get the softness of a summer morning. The colors blend gently rather than clashing, so the space feels relaxed and welcoming. What I love about this combination is how it shifts with the light. In the morning, the sage almost looks silvery. By afternoon, it deepens into a warmer green. The beige, on the other hand, stays consistent, quietly holding the palette together. If you've got warm wood floors, this pairing is a dream. With the right styling, maybe some brushed bronze hardware, a few open shelves with plants, it can feel like a modern farmhouse or a cozy English cottage, depending on the details. It's not a look-at-me kitchen. It's a stay-a-while kitchen. Forest green is rich, luxurious, and just a little mysterious. On lower cabinets, it has presence, like the base of the kitchen is carved from something substantial. Add muted gray up top, and you get this balance that's sophisticated without being cold. The green brings drama, the gray brings calm. The secret here is undertone. Keep the gray cool, like stone, so it complements the green's depth instead of clashing with it. This is a pairing that feels almost architectural. It works especially well with natural stone countertops, like soapstone or honed granite, and darker floors that can hold their own against the green. In the right light, this combination feels like a space you'd find in a historic home that's been updated by someone who really knows what they're doing. It's timeless, but not predictable. Terracotta is warmth in color form. It's earth, sun, and clay. On lower cabinets, it makes the kitchen feel grounded, connected, and just a bit rustic, but in the best designer-approved way. White oak uppers take that intensity and soften it. The pale, open grain lifts the mood and adds texture without adding more color. Together, they create a space that feels handcrafted, even if it's not. This is a palette that loves texture, matte finishes, visible grain, maybe a handmade tile backsplash. In natural light, the terracotta glows. At night, it deepens, feeling richer and more intimate. It's a kitchen you can imagine filling with the smell of baking bread and the sound of friends gathered around the island. Warm, personal, and impossible not to like. Yes, pink. And before you picture Barbie's dream kitchen, let me stop you. This is a muted, dusty pink, sophisticated, grown-up, and soft. Paired with matte black on the lowers, it becomes something completely unexpected. The black grounds it, keeps it sharp. The pink softens the edge just enough to make it feel inviting. The balance is beautiful. It's modern but still warm, daring but livable. And because the pink is subtle, it doesn't scream for attention. It just makes you feel like this is a space curated with intention. Imagine it with simple, streamlined hardware, maybe in matte black or brushed brass, and a crisp white countertop to tie it together. It's not for everyone, but for the right person, it's unforgettable. This one is all about subtle luxury. Warm taupe has depth and richness without being dark. It's like the color of well-worn leather or your favorite cashmere sweater. Antique white up top adds a hint of age, like it's been there for years in the best way. Together, they create a palette that's timeless. Nothing flashy, nothing trendy, just a space that feels right. This works beautifully with soft lighting and natural materials. Think marble with light veining, unlacquered brass handles that will patina over time. It's a kitchen that invites you in quietly and keeps you there. Midnight blue has depth like navy, but with a little more drama. On lower cabinets, it's rich and commanding without feeling heavy. Sky gray uppers open up the space, reflecting light and keeping the overall palette from becoming too moody. The contrast is less about light and dark and more about depth and air. This pairing feels fresh in a modern kitchen, but if you give it classic door profiles, it works just as well in a traditional space. Add polished nickel hardware and a sleek slab backsplash, and it feels clean and intentional. This one is pure joy. Buttery yellow is soft, warm, and instantly uplifting. On lower cabinets, it's enough color to make the space feel alive, but gentle enough not to overwhelm. Crisp white uppers keep the mood fresh and bright. The whole kitchen feels like morning sunlight, even on a gray day. This works beautifully in kitchens where you actually live, where people gather, cook, and talk. It's cheerful without being loud, and it pairs beautifully with natural wood. Plum is bold. It's rich, and it's not something you see every day. On lower cabinets, it has this regal quality, deep and dramatic, but not as heavy as black. Pearl gray on the uppers opens it up, keeping the space from feeling too dark. It's a pairing that feels creative, confident, and just a little edgy. Add in mixed metal hardware or even smoked glass upper doors, and it becomes a true statement kitchen. It's for people who want their kitchen to be a reflection of personality, not just practicality. Two-tone cabinets aren't just about color. They're about the mood you want to live in every single day. Think about it. When you walk into your kitchen in the morning, do you want to feel calm and centered? Then you'll lean toward grounded shades like charcoal, sage, or taupe. Want that jolt of energy while you brew your coffee? You'll be drawn to the warmth of buttery yellow, terracotta, or a bold navy. Or maybe you want the space to feel like an extension of you, a little daring, a little unexpected. That's where deep plum, dusty pink, and forest green really shine. The point is, your cabinets aren't just storage. They're the biggest visual statement in your kitchen. They set the tone for the entire room, for how you and everyone else feel when you're in it.
And here's what I love most about the two-tone approach. You can change the story over time. Life shifts, styles shift, you shift. And when you do, you don't have to start over from scratch. Maybe 5 years from now, you keep your oak uppers but switch your navy bases to sage green for a softer feel. Or you swap your warm taupe for black matte to make the space bolder. The bones stay the same, you just rewrite the chapter. That's why this works in so many homes. It's flexible, it's personal, and it's timeless when you choose the right pairing. So don't think of two-tone cabinets as just paint and color. Think of them as an ongoing conversation between you and your home. A conversation that grows with you, adapts to you, and makes your kitchen the kind of place where people walk in, stop in their tracks and say, "Wow, this is you."